Hello, everyone. It is Monday, July 12th. Yeah, Monday, July 12th. We're doing an update on the discussion board posts and the material that you all did last week. And look, there's more flowers. See, more flowers. But I'm actually going to go inside because there's someone doing yard work. And I have a feeling that the moment I start talking, there's going to hear some yard work going on. Okay, I had to move inside. I think the background out there looked better, but I think the sound is going to be better right here. Okay, for last week, the material was about gathering information and covering the courts. And there was a discussion board post, which I gave you a choose your own adventure option. One case study was the Mirage Tavern. Journalists in Chicago from the Chicago Sun-Times opened a fake bar in order to expose rampant and systemic corruption with city inspectors. And a number of you thought that what they did was unethical and was deceptive and shouldn't have been done. When the stories came out, it was a big deal. Many people thought that the work deserved the Pulitzer Prize for investigative journalism, but it didn't win the award because there were so many concerns about the ethics. After thinking about it, I came to the conclusion that I'm going to give the journalists the benefit of the doubt. And what they were doing was at the last resort. There was no other way to get this information. I presume they had tried talking to people and no one was talking to them. And Ava Alvarez said very succinctly in her post that the end result benefited the people of Chicago. It exposed this level of corruption. So ultimately, the end goal was good, so it was okay that they did this kind of deception. Jane Udig also gave a very, very good defense and a good overview of the situation. Nusma had an interesting take. She thought that the journalists should have put cameras in a real bar. I guess that would remove some level of deception. It would be a real bar, and it would also remove the charges of entrapment. Entrapment is when you create a situation and sort of lure or persuade someone to do something illegal that they would not have otherwise normally done. I don't think that the Mirage Tavern was a situation of entrapment, because evidently, as you know, the accounts say, the journalists never asked for money. The inspectors, the journalists never offered money. Excuse me. The journalists never said, "Here's your bribe." They waited for the inspector to initiate. So the inspector were clearly doing this. They probably were doing it at every place they went to. So I don't think it was a case of entrapment. These people were clearly bending the rules and taking bribes. And speaking of entrapment, that show To Catch a Predator, where there's hidden cameras and they lure, every time I've seen it, it's been men, to a place to presumably have relations with an underage person. I'm pretty sure anyone who's caught and arrested after that is going to claim entrapment. I don't know if that defense works. I kind of doubt that it does work. But when I see To Catch a Predator, I was like, this looks like it could be entrapment. This looks like they're, maybe doing some entrapment. Anyway, okay, that's the overview of the Mirage Tavern case. And for those of you who disagreed and have a different perspective, that's fine, as long as you express yourself clearly, articulately, well written. I gave you the points. I just feel like in that case, bending the rules was probably okay. The other case was about more recent, about Uber. Just as a refresher, Uber had some negative press, especially coming from this one particular female journalist at a dinner party. An executive for Uber who thinks the dinner party is off the record, which was in a public location. So I don't know why you would think it's private and off the record. A journalist from BuzzFeed is there. The journalist apparently didn't know anything about being off the record. That's the story. The executive says, let's dig up dirt on journalists to sort of blackmail them and negate whatever negative thing they're saying about our company. Which is clearly unethical. If you have negative complaints about your company and you're a big multi-million-dollar company, you should have a robust, coherent, developed PR plan to respond. You should not try to blackmail journalists. Also, if you're doing something that's upsetting people, maybe change those practices and change those policies, okay? So in that case, I don't think that the BuzzFeed reporter reporting these really horrible comments was any kind of ethical violation. I don't think that you should have an expectation of privacy if you're at sort of a public place having a dinner party. And if there's a journalist there, I don't think you should ever assume it's off the record. On a somewhat related point, if you ever have a camera or a microphone in front of you, this stories like this come up every couple of weeks, every few months. A journalist or a TV commentator or someone on sports says something, they think they're at a commercial break, they don't think the mic is on, and then lo and behold, something really horrible or offensive is revealed. First off, you shouldn't be saying these kinds of things anyway, but also just assume that the microphone is on. Always assume it's on. Don't assume that it's off. Okay, what's coming up this week? Where are we? We're plugging along. Okay, this week, electronic media regulation. If you can see the screen here, it's chapter 9. I broke the video lecture up into 2 parts because I got so passionate and excited. This is a topic I really get into, and just one chapter reading. There's no discussion board posts, just watch the video lectures and then do the reading. Next week, I'm going to unlock this module early. It's another movie, Good Night and Good Luck, which is about Edward R. Murrow, a very famous journalist, and his story about Joseph McCarthy during the height of McCarthyism and the Red Scare. And many people credit Murrow, oh look, my battery's about to die. Many people credit Murrow with taking down Joseph McCarthy and ending his practices, which weren't fair and unfairly destroyed a lot of people's careers. Anyway, okay, so we're talking about electronic media regulation this week. Next week is the movie Good Night and Good Luck, and we'll do another discussion board post. And that's basically it. I hope everyone's having a decent summer.